Have you ever wondered where the intriguing world of witchcraft began? This enigmatic realm, often shrouded in darkness and mystery, has been a part of human history for millennia. Witchcraft, in its many forms, has been a global phenomenon, transcending continents and cultures, from the ancient shamans of Siberia to the cunning folk of Old England. Witchcraft has often been misunderstood, its practitioners vilified and persecuted, yet it is so much more than the stereotypes and misconceptions. It's a complex tapestry of beliefs and practices, interwoven with threads of magic, religion, folklore, and the human desire to understand and control the world around us. It's not just about broomsticks and black cats. Witchcraft encompasses a wide range of practices and beliefs, from healing arts and divination to the harnessing of natural energies and the invocation of spirits. It's a fascinating, intricate world that deserves to be understood and respected. Join us as we voyage back in time to unravel the mysterious origins of witchcraft. Our journey begins in prehistoric times, where the earliest roots of witchcraft are found. The dawn of witchcraft is shrouded in the mists of time, where history and mystery entwine. Long before recorded history and the primal societies of our early ancestors, the seeds of witchcraft were sown. In these societies, certain individuals were believed to possess a unique connection with the unseen world. We often refer to these individuals as shamans or spiritual leaders. These spiritual leaders held an essential role in their communities. They were the healers, the seers, the guides. They were the intermediaries between the tangible world we inhabit and the intangible realm of spirits and deities. They were the first to wield what we now know as magic, although to them it was simply a natural extension of their spiritual practice. Understanding the nature of these early practitioners gives us insight into the origins of witchcraft. These shamans and spiritual leaders didn't view their abilities as something sinister or malevolent, but as a crucial tool for the well-being of their community. They used their knowledge and skills to heal the sick, to guide the lost, to soothe the troubled. A significant aspect of their practice was their use of herbs and rituals. These were not arbitrary, but carefully chosen and meticulously performed. Each herb, each incantation, each gesture was imbued with intention and meaning. They believed that through these rituals they could influence the unseen world and, by extension, the world around them. This deep understanding of the natural world, the belief in an unseen realm, and the use of rituals to influence this realm, these are the cornerstones of witchcraft. These are the foundations upon which all subsequent forms of witchcraft have been built. The seeds of witchcraft were sown in these ancient societies, setting the stage for its evolution. As we journey further into the annals of history, we'll see how these seeds took root, grew, and transformed into the multifaceted practice of witchcraft that we know today. But that's a tale for another scene. For now, we leave the dawn of witchcraft, lit by the first light of understanding in the shadowy recesses of prehistory. As civilization advanced, so did the practices and perceptions of witchcraft. The evolution of witchcraft is a fascinating journey that winds through the annals of human history, shaping and being shaped by the cultures it touched. The ancient Egyptians, for instance, held witchcraft in high esteem. These masterful practitioners were not only respected but also revered. They were the keepers of the secret knowledge, the guardians of the sacred rites. Theirs was a world of amulets and spells, of charms and incantations. They used their craft to heal, to protect, and to guide. They were the mediators between the mortal world and the divine, the bridge that connected the living with the dead. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece, witchcraft was seen as a tool of the gods. Those who wielded it were thought to have been blessed by the divine. They were the recipients of a divine favor, a gift bestowed upon them by the gods themselves. Witchcraft was a part of their religious and philosophical traditions, imbued with a sense of wonder and awe. However, as we moved into the Middle Ages, the perception of witchcraft began to shift dramatically. No longer was it seen as a respected practice, but rather as something to be feared. The fear stemmed not from the craft itself, but from a lack of understanding. Misconceptions and misinformation began to spread, fueled by superstition and fear of the unknown. Witchcraft was demonized, its practitioners persecuted. This was a time when witches were seen not as healers or guides, but as agents of evil. They were accused of consorting with the devil, of casting malevolent spells and curses. They were feared and shunned, their craft misunderstood and maligned. The Middle Ages marked a dark period for witchcraft, a time of fear, persecution, and misunderstanding. The once revered practice was now associated with darkness and evil, its practitioners forced to hide their craft in the shadows. But even in these dark times, the flame of witchcraft refused to be extinguished. Its story was far from over. The mention of witchcraft often brings to mind the infamous witch trials. These trials, which spanned the length and breadth of Europe and North America, were a chilling consequence of a society steeped in fear and misunderstanding. At the heart of these trials was the pervasive belief in the existence of malevolent supernatural entities, and the conviction that certain individuals had formed pacts with these entities, thereby gaining the ability to cause harm to others. In Europe, the witch trials reached their peak during the late 16th and early 17th centuries. This was a time of religious upheaval, with the Reformation causing deep divisions within Christian societies. The demonization of witchcraft served as a form of societal control, a way to maintain order amidst the chaos. Accusations of witchcraft were often directed towards those who were perceived as threats to the social order, including independent women, the poor, and the elderly. Across the Atlantic, in the fledgling colonies of North America, the infamous Salem witch trials of 1692 took place. Rooted in a deeply religious and superstitious society, these trials were triggered by the strange and unexplained illnesses of several young girls. The subsequent accusations of witchcraft led to a wave of hysteria, resulting in the execution of 20 individuals and the imprisonment of many more. These trials were a manifestation of the fear and hysteria that was rampant at the time. They highlight the dangers of ignorance and intolerance, and the devastating effects of allowing fear to override reason. It is also important to note that these trials were not isolated incidents, but rather they were part of a broader trend of persecution against those who were deemed different or threatening. So, what led to the end of these trials? It was a combination of factors, including growing skepticism about the existence of witches, the increasing influence of Enlightenment thinking, and legal reforms that made it more difficult to prosecute alleged witches. The witch trials were a grim testament to the fear and hysteria that witchcraft had come to incite. In the wake of the trials, witchcraft underwent a transformation. As we moved into the 20th century, the perception of witchcraft began to shift. No longer was it seen solely as a dark and malevolent practice, but it started to be viewed in a new light, one that was more attuned to nature, spirituality, and personal empowerment. This era saw the emergence of contemporary witchcraft practices, the most notable of which is Wicca. Wicca was developed in England during the first half of the 20th century, and it has since spread across the globe. It is a nature-based religion that celebrates the cycles of the earth and the changing seasons. Its practitioners, often called Wiccans, view witchcraft as a means to connect with the natural world and the divine. But Wicca is not the only form of modern witchcraft. There has been a veritable explosion of different paths and traditions, each with its own unique practices and beliefs. Some witches practice solitary, others in groups known as covens. Some follow a structured path, while others create their own rituals and spells. The diversity is immense, reflecting the individuality and creativity of those who walk the path of the witch. Regardless of the specific tradition or practice, a common thread among modern witches is an emphasis on spirituality. Witchcraft is seen as a spiritual practice, a way to connect with the divine, with oneself, and with the world around us. It is a practice that encourages self-discovery, personal growth, and a deep respect for the natural world. Importantly, modern witchcraft also carries a message of empowerment. It teaches that we have the power to shape our own lives, to heal ourselves, and to make a positive impact on the world. Witchcraft is no longer about fear and persecution. It's about finding one's own path, embracing one's own power, and living in harmony with the natural world. Today, witchcraft has emerged from the shadows, embracing a new era of understanding and acceptance. It stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a symbol of our ability to adapt, to grow, and to find beauty and power in the most unexpected of places. Witchcraft's journey from prehistoric shamans to modern Wiccans is a testament to its enduring allure. The path we've traced together today, from the dawn of witchcraft rooted in the primal human urge to understand and control the world around us, through the dark days of the witch trials to its resurgence in the modern era, reveals an astonishing narrative of resilience and adaptation. Throughout the ages, witchcraft has transformed, survived, and even thrived, despite relentless persecution. Its legacy is not just one of survival, but of evolution. From the ancient shamans who sought to harness the forces of nature, to the modern Wiccans who blend old-world mysticism with contemporary spiritual practices, witchcraft has consistently demonstrated its ability to reinvent itself. It is this flexibility, this capacity to change and adapt, that has allowed witchcraft to persist and flourish even in the face of adversity. The story of witchcraft is far from over as it continues to enchant, bewitch, and above all evolve in our modern world.